Hello, my dear students. Once again, I welcome you back into our interesting subject science. Today, I am going to start new chapter, which is chapter 13, motion and time. This chapter is related or include in physics because physics is about nature and its property. Okay, in that in physics mostly the topics can be included, that is force, energy, light, sound, then heat, structure of atom, some mechanism, also magnetism, etc. So that's why motion and time is included in physics. Let me show you the content of the chapter. In the sixth standard, you understood one chapter, that is motion and measurement of distance. In that, you understood types of motion. What is motion? What is rest? Different transportation system. How can you measure the distance? What are the older methods to measure the distance, etc. Okay, so we will going to recall this into the first content of our chapter, which is motion. Then second is uniform and non-uniform motion. Okay, I will going to show you one small activity, and based on that we will understood what is uniform and non-uniform motion. Third one is speed. Nowadays, all the youngsters love to drive their bike or ride their bike having a very high speed. So, what is that speed means? Slow speed, high speed, what is it? So, that we will going to learn. Fourth one is time. The most important physical quantity, our day to day life physical quantity, that is time. Okay, and you know time is money, so that thing we will going to understand. Fifth one is measurement of time. In the ancient time, which method was used for measuring the time? Today in this technical era, what instruments we are using for measuring the time, that we will going to understand. The sixth one is distance versus time graph. This chapter is including not only just theory but also includes some sums along with graphical representation. Okay, so it is quite interesting. I hope you will going to learn it thoroughly with your whole heart. Today, I am going to start the introduction of the chapter. Here comes the introduction. The first one is definition of motion. Now, what is motion? Motion means it is the phenomenon in which an object changes its position with respect to its surrounding. See, this motion and rest both are relative terms. Means the one person which is in a stationary, or should I say in the rest position, respect to them, the other thing can be in stationary or in the motion. Okay, so likewise both are completely relative to each other. Both are not independent. So motion means, suppose imagine that you are sitting on the bench and you visit one garden or park, and in that you took a seat aside and sit very silently. Meanwhile, you observe that surrounding is having lots of people. Some people are performing some sports activity, for example, walking or cycling or running or any other activities. So, that person, compared to that respected people, you are not moving from one place to another place. So that is considered that you are in the rest position. But compared to you, related to you, whatever the persons who are performing different sports activity, they are considered in the motion. So basically, motion and rest both are in the relation. Okay. Another example I will give you. Suppose uh, you are just playing cricket and you just get tired and sit aside, and at that time you can see that one plane is flying away. Okay, so at that time you might feel that this plane is in the motion. So compare, you are a stationary object, so that's why you can see that plane is in the motion. But inside the plane, suppose one person is sitting beside you and listening the song. So can I say that that person is in the rest position? You can say, compared to you, your neighbor person is in the rest position. But compared to the boy who is playing inside the ground, according to them, the respected person in the motion. So basically, the motion and rest is completely related to each other. Okay, I hope you understood. One last example I would like to give you. Suppose you are traveling into the train, okay, and you are moving from suppose Bharuch to Ahmedabad. Okay, so you took one train uh, and book your tickets, and now you are traveling. So at that time, oftenly you have observed that whatever the outer objects are there, like trees or roads or car or whatever it is, it moving behind. It moves behind. What is it? You might feel that every objects are moving behind and you are as it is. No, actually, compared to you, respected to you, the remaining outer objects are in the motion. But in actual, who is in the motion? In actual, you are in the motion. So compared to the tree or related to the tree, I can consider that your train is traveling and you are in the motion. Understood? Okay. So I hope you understood this concept, that is motion and rest. Both are related with each other. Okay, now I'm moving to the next, that is types of motion. Different types of motions are there. First one, I will start with the rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion means, suppose if an object moves from A to B in a straight path, following the straight path, so it is performing the rectilinear motion. Suppose the electricity, the power cut is there, and at that time, in the night time, if you switch on your flashlight, so at that time you might observe that whatever the rays comes out from your flashlight, they are completely in a straight, they are not in a wavy form. So that straight path is considered as a rectilinear motion. Suppose you are you are traveling in car and your car is moving on a highway. Okay, express highway. So that express highway is a continuous straight path. So it is considered that you are performing rectilinear motion. The second one is curvilinear motion. Means sometimes whenever you play badminton or whenever you play throwing the ball game, at that time you might observe that your ball is not performing or not following the straight path. It is following a curve path. Just imagine, whenever you are playing badminton or whenever you are playing cricket and you are going to hit the six, at that time you might have observed that whatever the ball which is moving, it is not following the straight path, it is following the curve path. Okay, so such kind of motion is considered as a curvilinear motion. Okay, the another example, that you know that in the mountain region the roads are quite wavy, zigzag manner. So at that time your car is continuously taking different turns. So I can say that your respected car is performing curvilinear motion. Third one is circular motion. Circular motion means a respected object or body which moves in a circular path. So that is considered in circular motion. Suppose merry-go-round, or ceiling fan's wings is continuously moving in a circular path. Consider as it is in circular motion. The next one, the fourth one, is rotational motion. This circular and rotational motion is quite similar with each other. A minor difference is there, that circular motion just moves in a circular path, while in rotational motion, not only just moving in circular path, but it will not going to change the axis. Okay, so that is considered as a rotational motion. For example, you know that earth is continuously rotating on its axis. So without changing the axis, the earth is continuously rotating. So that is considered as a rotational motion. Another example, suppose your ceiling fan is attached with the ceiling. So without changing its axis, it is continuously rotating in a circular path, which is considered as a rotational motion. Why? Next one is periodic motion. Periodic motion means the motion in which the body or object repeats its action in a fixed interval of time. Suppose for example you are running in the race. Okay, so at that time you might feel that your hands are continuously repeating from left to right, left to right, left to right in a fixed interval of time. So that is considered as a periodic motion. Another example, after every 60 seconds the minute hand comes at 12. Okay, after every 60 minute the hour hand comes at 12. Okay, so every 60 minute time is fixed. Okay, and action is also fixed, moving from 12 to once again come back to 12, circular. Okay, so it is continuously repeats its action in a fixed interval of time. So that is considered as a periodic motion. Another example, like the earth is continuously revolving around the sun. After every completion of 365 day, the earth completes one revolution. After 365 another, after 365 another. So likewise it is this year changing process is also considered as a periodic motion. Okay, next one is oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion means one complete to and fro movement is known as oscillatory motion. Suppose if you are enjoying the swinging. Okay, so at that time what you are doing, you are just moving forth and back and forth and back and forth and back. So this to and fro movement is considered as a oscillatory motion. One another example, in the olden days the clock is having one metal rod, and at the end one small ball like structure is attached with it, and it is also performing the to and fro movement. So it is considered as in oscillatory motion. Okay, now I am moving to the next. This is the complete introduction of what is motion, what is rest, and types of motion. Next time I will come with the new video in which we will going to cover the topic, that is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Till then, stay happy and have a nice day. See ya.